Welcome to this place called Earth and the project, Somatic Inversions, Behavioural Manipulations. In this short prelude, the anatomy of subtle control, why the most dangerous manipulations are the ones you can feel but cannot name. We explore and expose the mechanisms that shape behaviour beneath awareness. The manipulations you sense before you understand by now. You already know that behavioural manipulation does not begin in the mind, it begins in the body. Every subtle pressure you've ever felt, every micro shift in a room, every tightening in your throat, every moment you felt wrong without evidence, these were not emotional overreactions. They were somatic data points. Your nervous system was speaking long before anyone taught you the language of threat. This third arc is about the manipulations that live in the subtleties, the tone that lowers your autonomy, the charm that masks an agenda, the confusion that steals your clarity, the pressure disguised as warmth, the wound triggering precision, the identity distortions that reshape who you think you are, the micro-expressions that collapse your self-worth, the double binds that paralyze your choices, the care that conditions your compliance, the emotional echoes that warp your reality. These aren't loud manipulations, they are the quiet ones. The ones you feel in your fascia before you can articulate them in words. Manipulation evolves. Your awareness must evolve with it. Arc 1 exposed the mechanics of manipulation. Arc 2 exposed the behavioral and relational patterns. Arc 3 goes deeper into the neuroception, linguistics, and microsomatic mechanisms that advanced manipulators use, not because they study psychology, but because they read nervous systems better than most people read emotions. Manipulators manipulate through tone modulation, timing distortion, somatic misattunement, emotional projection loops, strategic warmth, identity framing, intermittent reward schedules, and precision-triggered shame. These are not intellectual strategies. They're instinctive survival behaviors evolved in people who learned early in life that control equals safety. This arc is about understanding the anatomy of manipulation so you can see the patterns before they pull you in. The nervous system is the first battleground. Your prefrontal cortex does not detect subtle manipulation. Your nervous system does. A sudden drop in your chest, a swallow that feels stuck, a freeze around your tongue, a small panic spike in the gut, a shift in breathing cadence, a contraction in the diaphragm, a weakening of the legs, the urge to over-explain, the impulse to apologize, and the instinct to shrink. These are not feelings. These are autonomic events. Manipulators, knowingly or not, exploit these events by creating predictable responses in your physiology. Arc 3 is where we reveal those patterns one by one. The deepest manipulations aren't abuse, chaos, intimidation, charm, gaslighting, or punishment. Those are the visible ones. The deepest manipulations are the triggers you didn't know were being activated, the shame that isn't yours, the personality traits you didn't choose, the boundaries you forgot how to feel, the fears that didn't originate with you, the identity distortions you absorbed, the desires shaped by someone else's approval. The emotional reactions are trained into you, the choices offered that were never real, and the bonds held in place by physiological obedience. Arc 3 reveals what is left after all the obvious manipulations have been named. The subtle somatic distortions that reshape who you become without your consent. So to close this prelude, the inversion is we were taught. Only weak people get manipulated. You should have known better. You fell for it. You let them in. You ignored the signs. But the inversion is much deeper. You didn't fail to see manipulation. You felt it, but manipulation hides in the gap between sensation and language. Arc 3 will give you that language. Your body was always the warning system. This arc gives you the translation.